Hello viewers, in this video we'll see working capital requirement. We'll see one problem. From the following estimate of JJ Limited, you are required to prepare and forecast of working capital requirement. Expected level of production for the year 15,600 units. Cost per unit, raw materials rupees 90, direct labor rupees 40, overhead rupees 75, selling price per unit rupees 265. Raw materials in stock on an average for 1 month. Materials are in process on an average for 2 weeks. Finished goods in stock on an average for 1 month. Credit allowed by suppliers is 1 month. Time lag in payment from debtors is 2 months. Lag in payment of wages 1.5 weeks. Lag in payment of overheads is 1 month. All sales are on credit. Cash in hand and at bank is expected to be rupees 60,000. It is assumed that production is carried on evenly throughout the year. Wages and overhead accrued evenly and a period of 4 weeks is equivalent to a month. Okay, the information was given regarding the current assets and current liabilities. Okay, now we have to work out the problem based on the format, and here it is mentioned that a period of 4 weeks is equivalent to a month. Okay, in this problem, number of weeks in a month is said to be 4. So, for a year, the number of weeks will be 48. Okay, for a month it's 4. So, for 12 months it is 48. So, weeks in a year is 48. Okay, let's start doing the problem. Okay, first we'll write the expected level of production for the year. It is 15,600 given in the problem. Okay, and this is for 1 year and it is said to be for 52 weeks. Okay, now we have to calculate for 48 weeks. Okay, because 4 weeks is equal to 1 month, it's given in the problem. Therefore, number of weeks in a year is 48 weeks. So, the production is to be converted to for this 48 weeks. So, 15,600 into 48 divided by 52 will get 14,400. Okay, this is the production for the 48 weeks. Okay. Next, we have to calculate the annual expenditure. Okay, raw materials for this 14,400 units, 90 per unit is the raw material. So, into 90 will get 12,96,000. And for labor, for this 14,400, labor charges is 40. So, into 40 will get 5,76,000. And overhead is 75. So, into 75 will get 10,80,000. Okay. Using this, we are going to work out the current assets and current liabilities. Okay. And this is the total of this raw material, labor and overhead. Okay. That is the total of the finished goods. Okay. Okay. Now we'll start doing the problem with the format. Statement showing working capital requirement. In that first current asset, we'll write stock. Under stock, we have raw materials and the value of raw material is 12,96,000 and the lag in payment of raw material, it is given in the problem. See, raw material in stock on an average for 1 month. So, 1 divided by 12 will get 1,08,000. Okay. And under stock, next thing we have to write is work in progress. Okay, work in progress. See the lag in payment. Materials are in process on an average for 2 weeks. Okay, the lag in payment is 2 weeks. Okay. Under this work in progress, we have to take all these three. That is raw material, labor and overhead, because it is work in progress. These three will be involved in that. Okay. But for raw material, we have to take 100%. It implies that the raw material is used fully and the labor and overhead, only 50% of labor and overhead is used. So for raw material 12,96,000 into lag in payment 2 weeks, so 2 divided by 48 into 100%. Okay, the raw material for work in progress is used fully, so 100% will take. And for labor 2 divided by 48 into 50%, this shows only 50% of the labor was used in work. Okay, overhead is 10,80,000 into 2 divided by 48 into 50%. Okay, this is the work in progress. And the next item we have to write under stock is finished goods. Okay, we have to take this full value, that is 29,52,000. Okay, this is the value of finished goods. And for the finished goods, see the finished goods in stock on an average of 1 month. So 1 divided by 12 will get 2,46,000. Okay, under stock we have to write all these three: raw materials, work in progress and finished goods. And one more thing, for work in progress, if nothing is mentioned in the problem, we have to assume that raw material is 100%, labor 50% and overhead 50%. Okay, if any other thing is specified, raw material, labor and overhead 100%, like this, if anything is specified in the problem, we have to take that percentage. Okay, if nothing is mentioned in the problem, we have to assume raw material 100%, labor 50% and overhead 50%. Okay, and we finished writing the stock. Now we'll move on to debtors. Okay, for debtors also we have to take the full value, because this is the finished stock, right? So this to be sold to the debtors on credit. So 29,52,000 into the payment, lag in payment is, see, lag in payment from debtors 2 months. So 2 divided by 12 will get 4,92,000. Okay, and next we have a cash in hand and cash at bank is expected to be 60,000. Okay, this also will come under this current asset, cash in hand and cash at bank 60,000. Okay, that's all. Other things are current liabilities. So we can total it up. We'll get gross working capital 9,94,500. Okay, and now we have to write the current liabilities. In that, the first one is creditors. Okay, for creditors, we have to take the raw material, because the raw material is being supplied by the creditors on credit. Okay, so we have to take only this raw material value. Okay, and the lag in payment, we have to see what is the lag in payment. Yeah, credit allowed by supplier is 1 month. So 1 divided by 12. Okay, we'll get 1,08,000. Okay, and the next item is outstanding wages. And wages here is the same labor we have to take, and the lag in payment of the wages is, see, lag in payment of wages 1.5 weeks. So we have to take 1.5 into 48. We have to take this labor 5,76,000 into 1.5 divided by 48 will get 18,000. And next, lag in payment of overhead is 1 month. So this is 1 month lag in payment. So overhead 10,80,000. I have written 10,80,000 into 1 divided by 12 because 1 month. So we'll get 90,000. Okay. I hope we finished writing all the current liabilities. Now we have to total it up and find the net working capital required. From gross working capital, we have to subtract all these current liabilities. We'll get net working capital 7,78,500. Okay. See, one more time I'll explain the format. Current assets minus current liabilities. Under current assets, we have stock. Under stock, we have raw material, work in progress and finished goods. For work in progress, we have raw material, labor and overhead. If nothing is mentioned, we have to consider this raw material 100%, labor 50%, overhead also 50%. Okay, and for finished stock we have to take the full value, and similarly for debtors we have to take the full value, and for creditors we have to take only the raw materials, because the material is being supplied by the creditors on credit. Okay, and if we subtract the current liability from this gross working capital, will arrive at the net working capital required. Okay, I hope now you understand this problem, and I have given you a small problem for you to practice. Thank you for your patient listening.